Morning, Army of Lovers. I think this is the first day that it's raining in 2015, and I really feel a significance in that as I was just preparing for tuning in, that God is saying this year that He's going to pour out His rain like never before. And the thing about rain is that if you stand in the rain, like I'm standing in the rain right now, you can't help but get wet. No matter where you walk, no matter where you go, if it's raining, you get wet. And I feel like that's what God is saying in the Spirit for us this year, that He's going to create environments for us and in us, and together we're going to create environments where His rain is going to come down and people are going to experience Him in new ways. People are going to get wet, and they're going to get wet in new ways, and they're going to feel His presence. They're going to know that God is with them and God is for them. In Deuteronomy 28 verse 12, it says, "The Lord will open for you His good storehouse, the heavens, to give rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. And you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow." Just speaking of increase, speaking of blessing, as God's rain gets poured down. Leviticus 26 verse 4 says, "Then I shall give you rains in their season, so that the land will yield its produce, and the trees of the field will bear their fruit." And Deuteronomy 11 verse 14 says, "And He will give the rain for you in its seasons, the early and the late rain, that you may gather in your grain and your new wine and your new oil." And this is something that I feel God is saying, that He's going to pour out new wine and pour out new oil, and He is going to be the one that pours out the rain. So I just want to encourage you this week, if you feel like you need an outpouring of God's presence, of His refreshing, spend time with Him as we are fasting and as we are praying and just crying out for more of God. It's not things that we do, but it's us coming in His presence. It's us standing under His rain, and just getting wet with more of Him. So be encouraged this week. We'll see some of you at the God evening on Friday night, just going to be sharing vision and praying for our nation and for our church and for you and for our families. Have an awesome week, Army of Lovers. God bless.